If you need a way to flip your bread or build an online business, you don't want to miss our live interest meeting and Q&A happening Wednesday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted by The Ticket Blog. We're breaking down what's inside our exclusive seller community and how you can start building a profitable online ticket business from scratch. Tap in live for a special offer, answers to your questions, and the info you need to get started. Go to thetickettrap.com and join us. Again, thetickettrap.com.
Click the link at the top line of the description to get started now.
Absolutely. If you want to advertise on this channel, you already know you can email me right now, ogod@hiphopun.com. That's ogod@hiphopun.com. Copy and paste it. And we got some great rates, some affordable rates to get your business out in front of hundreds of thousands of people instantly. Let's do business together. And the rates are very, very affordable. So it's ogod@hiphopun.com to get your brand. If you got a song you're trying to get some exposure to, if you're trying to get some exposure, email me, ogod@hiphopun.com. So I want to talk about this because the other day when we were, I was talking about Umar the other day, and I remember a few years ago, Sam Mant hit me up and he said, yo, we got this guy named Randall, King Randall coming on. I was like, who's that? He was like, this guy got this school. You know, he's doing it. He's mad young. I'm like, all right, let's do it. You know, sometimes he'll get an interview. Sometimes I'll get an interview. So we did an interview. The young man was brilliant. He was bright. During that interview, somehow, I don't know if I asked or Sam Man asked the question of Dr. Umar Johnson, because this was like 4 years ago and Umar was still raising money. At the time, the man you see on the screen, King Randall, you know, took the high road. Well, it came out the other day. He finally let the cat out the bag about Umar Johnson paying him, or excuse me, him paying Umar Johnson $2,500 plus a hotel and flight to come and speak to his boys. That would have been phenomenal to have these two brothers, you know, join Voltron and actually help our youth. Since then, you know, other people and I have been talking about King Randall, we shed some more light on his school. Not that he needed our help, but we introduced him to a different crowd of people he did not know. Some people knew him, some people didn't. He has been getting a lot of people tagging him, and it's a great thing. I'm actually glad that it's happening this way because it's only going to get people looking at what he's doing, looking at his school. And I've had people, you know, say they're down there where he's at, and you can actually go there. Everything that he says is 100% true. Not that I doubted the brother at all, but what he's showing is there. I have many people vouch for him. And I looked the brother in the eye and I talked to him myself. So since then, he's been getting a lot of, you know, attention. I don't know if it's positive. I know it's positive, but maybe some, you know, people are talking about Umar, and he responded today. He felt the need to speak on it. And I'm going to play what he said. And then I'm going to talk about a couple more things as well. And then highlight another brother who's doing something similar. So let's hear what King Randall has to say about him being tied up in this Umar Johnson controversy.
2 days since I've talked about our fundraiser and all the successes that we've had with the X for Boys program. Of course, many people are in the comments and etc. Sharing the video talking about Dr. Umar or whatever like that. I think he's on the cusp of maybe losing his buildings or something of that nature. Not sure what's going on with that. But, you know, my big thing is always sharing everything about where people's money is going. I've always been, you know, very transparent about that. If we asked for paint, I showed y'all the paint. If we asked for new toilets or something, I showed y'all us buying the toilets. I showed everything that you guys have given. We have an Amazon wish list. You know, we don't just ask for monetary donations. We ask for people to buy specific things. If we've asked for laptops, I've shared it. If we asked to get the kids haircuts, I've shared it. Our program has remained free, so we are still tuition free in our program like we have been for the past 6.5 years. I just think if Dr. Umar would have started something like with what he had, I think people would have been more apt to give him, and I honestly think he would have gotten where he needed to be had he had proof of concept, because he's a great orator. He talks very well. If I could talk that great, I'm sure we'd have, you know, millions of dollars raised. But I still started with something. I started out of my house originally. I started in my dining room at 19. And after listening to him, that's why I started it. I just wanted to start something. I knew that I couldn't start something mass scale, so I'm just like, I'm going to start with whatever I got. And we started with $0. I was cutting hair, fixing cars, painting houses. I mean, that's what I was doing to support the program originally. And then I learned how to utilize social media to be able to raise money. And we started doing that. And we went project by project. We failed, we succeeded, etc. But I've always continued sharing what it is that we're doing. So I know a lot of people always ask why they won't see us on the Breakfast Club or etc. You know, I'm not a comedian. I don't critique people's dating life. I don't, talk about what people should be doing. I don't belittle my donors.
You know what's crazy about this? I was actually going to ask that question. I was going to ask. I had in mind. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a video and highlight Q Butter, who I'm going to show in a minute, and King Randall, and ask, why won't Charlamagne, why won't the Breakfast Club and Joe Budden bring these brothers on? Brothers actually doing it. But let me have him continue. Go ahead.
We don't do any of those things. We just share what we got going on. If we don't raise enough money, we pivot. If we don't get things done, we pivot, and we keep going. So we definitely failed. We failed some students, etc. But we kept moving and we kept going. And that's something that I believe in. So I appreciate everybody's support that they've been given. But, I'd appreciate, just to stop the Dr. Umar talk. I understand he has his own thing going on. We've had our differences also, but I truly still wish him the best, and I hope everything works out with whatever he has going on. But aside from that, we have our fundraiser still going. Our program is still completely no government funds, no government grants. It's completely people funded. Everything that y'all see, our full-time staff, the vans we have, the new electrical panels, the flooring, the ceiling tile, you all funded it all. And we appreciate all the support that you've been giving over the past 6.5 years. We've been running this whole time. I mean, we even ran out of my grandmama's house at one point. But I appreciate y'all so much. Please look at the link in my bio to continue giving to the X for Boys program. Thank y'all.
Absolutely. So please donate at the X for Boys. And this, if you watch the video I did the other day, these are all the points that I hit on. I hit on all of these points. And, he made a couple. He's doing it the right way, because he made a couple references when he talked about if we need something, we don't just ask for money. If we need computers, this is for the computers. You can buy the computers for us. You can buy pencils, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, let the people do it. We need stucco. We need tiles for the floor. You might have a company out there that will just donate it to you. You know what? We got some old stuff in the shed. Let's give it to them. People will help you when you're honest. Another word the brother used, transparent. Now, Dr. Umar, I don't want to show, but I will say his father emailed or texted me the other day, because he texts me periodically, whether it's Happy Father's Day. We keep in touch. And he lets me know when things are going on. And he actually sent me 2 pictures, one with him and one with Q Butter, and the next man I'm about to show, right? And he said he went down there and he took pictures and he's supporting them guys. And I was like, I see. And it's not like it's betrayal, because he just wants his son to do the right thing, bro. That's all. So back to King Randall. When you have a genuine need and the youth has a need, and you're transparent and you're honest and you're a stand-up person, and you look somebody in the eye and people can tell that you're about your word, you're about your business, they'll help. He is a walking example of, walking steadfastly in business. And he said, we pivot. And then he said, we start small. Everybody, we start with 0 subscribers. It's not like we start with 10,000. We start with 0. We start with $0. Like he said, he started with 0, and you build from there. It's something. It's the journey. Like when you get to the destination, you love it. But it's that journey of starting. We starting in the backyard, in the dirt, recording, talking about future, to growing, to one of the top podcasts, to almost 1 million subscribers, and, being able to employ people around us, and, just being able to have family and just, live a better life. But it starts small, one day, every day, putting that seed. First, turn over the sand, make sure it's fertile, putting the seed in, watering it, making sure it gets enough sunlight, cultivating it, and having a little bit of faith along the way. So salute to King Randall. And I asked, why does the Breakfast Club not bring a brother like him or Q Butter on the program to help them. They're actually doing it. They're actually helping Black children. They're actually helping children, not making excuses, not blaming this person. That's what boys do. Boys make excuses. Men find a way to get it done by all means necessary, by any means necessary. And that's the difference here. I want to highlight, because I can go on all night about this, but I want to highlight another good brother, man. And people say, oh, how come you ain't have him on the platform? We had both of these brothers on the platform. We had King Randall on years ago. We had Q Butter on years ago. What are we talking about? So why won't the major platforms touch them? Maybe they will now. And I hope that this serves as a catalyst for them to actually do that. I really do. So here's another brother out of, and notice these are two different personalities, right? Two different parts of the country, but they both get into the business. My brother, shout out to Brooklyn's own Q Butter. Let's play, and he'll show you around his school a little bit.
In Brownsville, we do a little walk through with y'all. We start from over here. There's one classroom. We still setting up space, still getting furniture. You know, having that table right there. So, get a bunch more TVs. So we got workshop area, dedicated workshop area, dedicated environmental, and there's a classroom, but it's dedicated also to environmental engineering. So we're gonna be able to, all the different gardens that we're working with from here to North Carolina will all be connected to this room, and also what we're putting in North Carolina. So we'll be able to process the data in real time for what we're collecting from all the different gardens. Media and music studio room. Everybody here asking, we're gonna do that for the students. Booth right there. Now this is also a community space. So when classes aren't going on, we'll also be doing programs in here as well. So we're the main classroom.
Look at this.
You see this right here. Dope. So it fits. Right now, I think we're gonna take out one set of desks. Maybe a little more spaces in here. But we're gonna be
actually doing it.
Weekend classes in here. We're gonna be doing computer science classes in here. There's an addition to the Institute's classes. So if you're interested in doing a community program, classes, lecture, workshop, we're gonna be building a room just like this in the hallway. We're gonna be putting the shelves up, tables, and all the good stuff, but you see the space in this room. So Saturday and Sunday classes and classes from 6 to 9 will be for the community and adult workshop programs. And then space right here, we're gonna be turning this into a classroom. So you're starting about at that beam. I thought you were still with your little one. Here in no time. Between Brooklyn and North Carolina and the teachers that we have online around the country and students around the country. So it's truly gonna be like a very different model and people getting involved with this. Got the podium, yeah, you feel like a teacher right there, right? Shut up and stop talking so much.
Got the camera right there. I'm just thinking like the TV.
A little bit more room in here to work. So, we're gonna take out these two desks and spread them out a little bit more, the space in between the desks. If y'all wanna work from the tables, y'all can work from the tables on what y'all working on. Y'all have room to walk around. We're gonna put this table, those two.
You want to step out into it?
Yeah, this is the electrical room. That's power. Each table got power cables, are powered.
Now I'm gonna say this, man. You guys can go to his Instagram, the Zyx Institute. You see it right there on the screen, so you know how to spell it. He's based out of Brooklyn, New York. And I'm gonna tell you, man, ever since I known this brother, it had to be almost 8-9 years ago. He has been doing this like nonstop, bro. Like you could tell, like, it's his passion. and he's, actually doing it. Like we're not sitting around collecting money forever. And I'm sure he's probably had times where the money was tight. We all have, bro. We business people. Same thing with King Randall. I'm sure he probably had times that he ain't know where it was coming from. This was due, that was due, this was due. Maybe he even got some notices or something to turn off this, to turn off that. Who knows, bro? We go through it all, but we find a way. We persevere. That's what entrepreneurs do. It ain't for everybody, because it's the uncertainty of you might not get the same amount. This is on you. It ain't no ever turning it off. The only time you really get a break is when you sleep. And if you're a real entrepreneur, you're dreaming about stuff. You're dreaming about your business while you're sleeping. So you never get time to take off. It's constantly over and over. How can I make this better? I got to deal with this. We got to do this. We got to do that. So salute to both. It makes my heart glad to see, especially Q Butter, because I watched him grow from a small room now to having multiple locations and doing it. He probably started with a few kids. That's what shows me sincerity and that you really about it. Just start with like 2 or 3. Like, even if you got, it ain't got to be, and we all want to get to this big grandiose, so 500 students or 200 or 100. Start small and let it multiply. Start with 10 boys. I guarantee you, if Umar would have done it the right way, he would have got way more support than he got now. And he got a lot of support. Right? Why? Charlemagne, see this. Why won't Charlemagne hit this? They stay in the same city. Yo, I see what you're doing. I want you to come on to the show. I want to help. I want to donate this. I want to help. I want to help get people. And I guarantee you, if they brought one or both of these brothers on, that'd be crazy. And that's directly helping the youth. Forget the egos and if Umar gonna be mad and that's your friend. It's supposed to be about helping the youth. They bring all types of people on these shows. Why not this brother? And this is a brother who did some hits for Fabio. Like, so he connected. King Randall doing his thing. And shout out to my man Doug, because he was right. I had to, when I was doing the King Randall thing the other day, I was like, yo, why didn't I download Q Butter's video? So my apologies, Q. I want people to donate. If you got any money, it's coming up on Friday too. You might be seeing this early Friday, late Friday, Saturday. Yo, donate something to both of these schools. If you got 40, 20, 20 each. Because that you're putting this into good soil. You remember the seed, we talked about planting the seed. You're planting it to something that's you're going to be helping a kid that could have been a murderer, a kid that could have been anything. Helping steering him in the right direction so that he may go to college or start his own business or do something great in society. This is the type of stuff and this is the type of stuff we're institutions. This is what you call institution. These brothers have built institutions. They built it. The ego. We let our ego. All right. You take 2,500 from this man. You ghost him. We always trying to be bigger and better than each other. Oh yeah. People used to tell Umar, "Oh, yeah, man, start. I ain't no classroom. I know one room. No. People used to this Q Butter. You in the bedroom, or look where it grew to now." I'm sure people diss King Randall. Oh, you in your mama's house. You in grandma's house. You in the basement. That's how we start, bro. We start in the basement. We start in the trunk. We out of our trunk first. When I was detailing, I started in people I know houses, so I had to get my own spot. Same thing. We started in the backyard, got our own studio. To having multiple studios over years. So you start with 0 subscribers. Now we're almost 1 million. So this is how things go and they progress and they move forward. And these are the type of people that we need to be highlighting. Again, I'm not wishing no Harm or Umar. I hope he get to school. I hope that he gets the money. I hope that he can be what these brothers are and bigger, and they can come together. And why not reach out to these brothers? I wonder if I'll ask Q. Randall, has Umar ever reached out to you and said, look, I love what y'all brothers is doing. I'm gonna have you, let's do something. Let's come together. Let's have a forum.